But sometimes there can be traps with validation. If you find yourself seeking external validation too much, then there's a problem. There is a problem inside that you really need to look at. You find yourself blaming others a lot, not taking responsibility for what the mess you got yourself into. And yes, a lot of the time in this world, that's really the only way to set myself free. And thank God I've had good teachers and mentors and, found knowledge on my own and grown in that way, because I've been stuck in lots of traps like that before. Just wanting that validation for something somebody did to me, and they just won't give it to me. And that becomes a game with some people, a trap. Yeah, that becomes a way for them to have power over you. They know you want them to apologize. They know what they did, and they're just playing fucking dumb about it, acting stupid about it, or keeping you strung along. I don't know what you're talking about. No, you did that. Well, if you hadn't have done blah and didn't said blah and blah and blah, all that gaslighting and okay, at that point. So be careful, and that's another reason you should learn how to self-validate, how to validate yourself. Give yourself importance, heal your wounds, just take all responsibility back, and that can be a hard thing to do. Even the things that other people inflict on us, sometimes the only way to take the power away from them and get it back to us is to take responsibility for the whole fucking thing. Even though they did it, they know they did it. It was fucked up. It was wrong. It is an unfair thing. We're never going to get the right redemption on it. They're not making amends for it. They haven't even really apologized. They're still doing the same things to people, still living the same way and getting away with it. And if you'd let them, they'd still be doing the same thing to you. Oh, I know about that pain. I know about that anger in those situations. Hey, and that's a valid reason to be angry. It's a valid reason to be hurt. See, I'm validating people right now. Okay, but at the same time, that trap can go on forever. It really can. I've lived that trap, being so hurt by someone and never once. It's like they couldn't even see me. It's like they would just mow right over my feelings. I don't want to hear that. Anyway, change the subject. We're going to get something to eat or not. That's the rudest, most fucked up thing you could ever say to somebody that's hurting. That's invalidation. It's very toxic. And basically, that stuff goes on in cycles and in families. Probably someone did that to them when they were a child, and in their early life, maybe their early relationships, and wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to validate their feelings, and then they grew up and they learned that, and they never learned how to self-validate or validate anyone else, and the cycle goes on and fucking on, and then they grow up and do it to you and everyone they meet. So if you are caught in a situation, though, I learned a lot of this in therapy when I was younger. There are going to be people that pass away. There are going to be people that have hurt you that you can never talk to again. Maybe they died, or maybe they've disappeared, moved on. You don't know where they are. Or there are going to be people that have hurt you that you are still, healing over that and going through emotions over that you can't get to them. You cannot, you will not ever get the chance for them to say, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. And I understand how angry you are at me and why, and how hurt you are. I know how I hurt you. And honestly, no, it doesn't take a lot of words, but the more you can express and say to a person when you're trying to validate their feelings on something you hurt them for, the better. Come up with something, shit. Don't just sit there. Don't just blow it off, because they really will feel like you don't give a damn. Like you're a really high-level narcissist or something. You just don't give a fuck who you hurt. So come up with some words somehow. Learn it. Don't sit there and make excuses. I've had people make excuses like, oh, well, I'm just not that good with words. And, I might act like I don't care, but I really do. oh, I might have said that, but what I really meant was this. You know I didn't mean that stuff. Look here, all that is manipulative and gaslighting fucking bullshit. If you didn't mean to say it, then the fucking shit wouldn't come out your mouth. And I'll tell you another thing. If you're not so good with words, these people be talking about not so good. Boy, these people just slammed on their freaking brakes like hardcore right in front of me. I'll tell you another thing. If you're not so good with words and, oh, I'm not good at saying all that stuff, and I'm not good at expressing that, and I don't really want to listen to all that, it gets overwhelming. But you'll find out those same motherfucking people sure are good at messaging up girls on the internet. They sure are good at putting out a nice, impressive text message to some strange girl somewhere. Sitting online on dating sites, they sure do know what to say then. Isn't that funny? Oh yeah, that's those type of real toxic fucking people. Who will always invalidate you. They are stuck in a place in their brain, and a lot of them aren't going to come out of it. But I'm just saying, that shit is sickening. But you will, you'll have situations like that where they're going to say all these different things to you, but it's all bullshit because they know what they've done, and if they wanted to care, they would. They are not helpless children. They make all the choices of their own free will. Nobody puts a gun to their head, and they'll tell you one thing, well, I just can't, and they'll have all those excuses, but then you'll find out that they've got a whole world of shit that they are really good at. You could do this, but you can't do that? Wow. What the fuck I look like? I was born motherfucking yesterday? Makes sense. Okay, so that can happen sometimes. So sometimes you're not going to get the validation you want, that you deserve, because they hurt you while you were trusting, vulnerable, a good friend. You were fucking down for them, whatever the case was. They were in the fucking wrong and you were in the right. Okay, whatever. You'll have cases like that where you will never, ever get a worthy apology. A genuine apology with the changed behavior and them going out of their way to let you know, I know how I made you feel and I'm fucking sorry I did it, and really fix that behavior. No. That stuff is too deeply rooted in some people and it's not going to change. So at that time, that can really break you. It really can. And a lot of people are still living with that shit in their head and their heart from when they were kids, when their parents did their brains that way. And feelings don't mean shit to me, boy, get on over there and blah, blah, blah. Some of us were raised like that. Yes, absolutely. Feelings twisted up, and sometimes the parents even thought they were being nice, but they weren't. Some of them were still being downright just shaming and ridiculing. But yes, so I hope that for somebody, this has maybe answered some questions or given some insight or whatever. I hope it helps somebody to understand. And this is just, my perspective on it, what I've studied and learned and been taught this far. But it is really important. So to know the differences and when it's appropriate, when it's not. It's not really appropriate or healthy to constantly seek external validation from other humans or from this world. That's something we need to work on and grow inside ourselves in order to be okay, in order to have good functioning relationships with the world, or else we're just going to be eaten up. We're going to have a lot of problems, okay? But on the other hand, there are times where it is appropriate and healthy for us to expect some validation from someone who is close to us or cares about us, depending on what circumstance we're in. Okay? Sometimes it's okay to expect that validation. Now, and it could be validation about something happy, not just things they hurt you about, or it could be validating, something they want to do, they told you about, or I just got a promotion, or, this is really great. It's going on in my life and I'm so happy. And at that point, I feel like validating them would be, that's great. Genuinely feeling great for them. Not just saying words, that's great, and thinking in your mind, man, I wish that was me. Damn, they always get all the good opportunities. Meanwhile, you're not doing shit for yourself. You're not putting out any effort like they do, but secretly you're kind of down. Okay, not just saying words, not just putting it out there, hey, that's great, I'm happy for you, but literally feeling happy for them. Truly feeling happy for them and showing it with your body language and what you say to them. That's another way of validating someone, by encouraging, the good things that are going on in their life.